XYZ. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe, leave a comment, and like this video. I beg you, please subscribe. Before we start whatever we are going to do, let's look at this scenario. I want us to take a look at these 3 points on the grid. The first point 2,3, the second point 5,6, and the third point 0,1. Every point has 2 coordinates. We have the x and then the y for all the 3 points. Now, look closely at these coordinates. I will encourage you to look at the first coordinate, which is the x, and then look at the y coordinates. Do you see any relationship between these 3 points? Yes, I see it. I'm also confident that you also see it wherever you are watching this. You can clearly see for us to get y, we have to add 1 to x to get y. So we have 2, we add 1 to 2, we get 3, which is y. We have 5, if we add 1 to 5, we get 6, which is the y, right? So there's a relationship between all these 3 points. For you to get the y, you add 1 to the x, you get the y. That is the rule. The rule is the second number, which is the y coordinate, is always the first number, which is the x coordinate, plus 1. That is the rule. So I can write this as y is equal to x plus 1. This right here is what we call the rule. Now in coordinate geometry, the rule is what we refer to as an equation of a line. Now watch what happens if we connect these 3 points on a grid. After connecting the 3 points, what do you see? We have created a line. So the rule, which is y is equal to x plus 1, is the equation of the line. And when you plot these points and connect them, you can also get a line. So the question is, what is a line? A line is not just a drawing on a board. Take note. In maths, a line is a straight path defined by points that extend infinitely in both directions. So we can use the example on the grid. So this is moving in this direction infinitely, and this is also moving in this direction infinitely. So that is a line. Let's look at equation of a line. From the activity we just did, we can say an equation of a line is a rule that describes a pattern. We can also say it expresses a relationship between the x coordinate and then y coordinate for every single point on that line. For every single point on that line. The points were 5,6, 2,3, 0,1. The rule is y is equal to x plus 1. Now we are saying that it expresses the relationship between the x coordinate and the y coordinate for every single point on that line. So all these 3 points are on the line. So this is what we call the equation, and this is what we call a line. So the line is basically the picture, then the rule is the equation. So take note of these 2 things. You can't have one without the other. It's like Siamese twins. They move together. Once you have the equation, you have the line. Once you have the line, you have the equation. Let's take a look at different types of lines. So we have vertical line, horizontal line, and then diagonal line. The first example we did, which was 2,3, 5,6, and then 0,1, we're able to get this type of line, which is a diagonal line, and the equation was y is equal to x plus 1. This is the equation, and this is the line. Now this type of line is the diagonal line. Let's look at vertical line. We are going to use these 3 coordinates to explain a vertical line. 2,1, 2,5, 2,3. What is the relationship between these 3 points? This is x, y for all the 3 points. We can clearly see that all these 3 points are having the same x coordinates, right? So we can clearly see that x is equal to 2 for all these 3 coordinates. Look at it. So in the first point, x is 2. In the second point, x is 2. And in the third point, x is 2. So we have x being equal to 2. So let me sketch my coordinate plane here. So this is my y-axis. This is my x-axis. Now if I locate 2 on the x, so let's say this is 1, this is 2. Because all of them are having 2, I can draw a vertical line that passes through x is equal to 2. So this is x is equal to 2. What type of line are we seeing? We are seeing a vertical line. At any given point in time, all the x coordinates will be the same whenever you have a vertical line. So anytime you have a set of points and all the x coordinates are the same, it means that you're going to get a vertical line. Interestingly, a vertical line is x is equal to a certain constant. So anytime you have x being equal to any number at all, so you can have x is equal to 5, x is equal to 0, x is equal to whatever number, you are going to get a vertical line. So if x is equal to a certain number is giving us a vertical line, what do you think y is equal to a certain number will give us? Leave that in the comment section. So let's move on to a horizontal line. Let's take a look at these 3 points. What is the connection between these 3 points? What is the connection? You can clearly see in all the 3 points, we have the same y coordinate. So what will be your rule? So the rule will be y is equal to 5. So let's sketch it here. So this is our x and this is our y. Then we'll locate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the y, right? So this is 5. Then we'll draw a line. So we can say y is equal to 5. And what type of line? We have a horizontal line. So when y is equal to a certain constant, it means that whenever you have a set of points and all the y coordinates are the same, you are going to get a horizontal line. However, if x is different, y is different, you are going to get a diagonal line, like what we did in the first one. Or when x is the same and y is the same, you are going to get a diagonal line. But if one of them, let's say if s coordinate is the same in all the points, you get a vertical line, and if y coordinates are the same, you get a horizontal line. So s is giving us vertical, y is giving us horizontal. So take note of that. The next thing is, how do we write the equation of the line? So we are going to look at forms of equations. Mostly students get confused about the forms of writing the equation of a line, but I'm here to make it very simple and easy for you. So we know the rule names a line, right? The rule is the equation. It gives a name to the line. But sometimes the rule can change its outfit. Just like me, I am Evans. If I wear a JC, I am still Evans. If I wear a suit, I'm still Evans. Does it change who I am? No, it doesn't. The same thing with equation. Sometimes it changes the outfit. It can be in form A. The next day it might be in form B. The next day it might be in form C. So what are the forms of writing the equation of the line? Now the first outfit is what we call the slope-intercept form, which is written in this way: y is equal to mx plus c. So whenever an equation is written this way, we call the slope-intercept form. But why is it called the slope-intercept form? The slope because the m that is attached to the x describes the slope of the line, and the c, which is attached to the equation, is called the y-intercept. It tells us the exact point where the line will intersect or touch the y-axis. So anytime we have an equation in this form, we call it the slope-intercept form. So you can always represent your equation of a line in this format. So for example, if I have y is equal to 5x plus 2, we can see the gradient, which is the slope, is the coefficient of x, is 5, and the y-intercept is 2. Now I want us to plot this on GeoGebra to verify the slope and then the y-intercept. So we have y is equal to 5x plus 2. That is the equation. So where is the line touching there? You can clearly see it is touching the y-axis at 2. Do you see that? Very good. And the gradient, it goes up. Look at it. It goes up 5 units. They come across just 1. So this is called the slope-intercept form. Now let's look at another way of writing the equation of a line, which I call it my second outfit, which is called the general form, which is mostly in this format: ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Mathematicians sometimes they want things to be very neat. So what we do is we decide to move everything on one side and equate whatever we have to 0. So for example, if I have 3x plus y plus 2 is equal to 0, whenever the equation is arranged this way, we call it the general form or the standard form. When we plot this one on the graph, we are going to get a line. So let's go back to GeoGebra and plot this and see for ourselves whatever we are going to get. So we have 3x plus y plus 2 is equal to 0. Do you see we have a line? Okay, so it's just a line, but another way of representing it. Is that okay? So take note of that. Also, we can also arrange it in this format: ax plus by is equal to c. This is also an acceptable way of writing an equation of a line. So for example, if I have 3x plus y is equal to 2. Okay, this is another form of representing the equation of a line. Ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 and ax plus by is equal to c are all acceptable ways of representing the equation of a line. Mind you, if I put on a suit, I'm still the same person. If I wear a JC, I'm still the same person. Is that okay? So that is it about the introduction to equation of a line. We know equation of a line is the rule that connects the x coordinate and the y coordinate, and then we know the types of lines and how to represent them mathematically, and then we know how to write equation of a line either in the slope-intercept form or the general form. See you in the next video where we break down how to find equation of the line given a gradient and a point on the line. If you enjoyed this video, kindly subscribe, leave a comment and share this video to all your friends. I'm out.